Masisi Radio.
My name is Clarevoyant. I did a small presentation so that I could follow along with this live stream today. So basically, I'm going to be kind of bringing y'all into the pages of my diary over the next hour. I have some thoughtful conversations in between a few of the songs that I'd like to sing for you. I am a queer, non-binary artist, pretty much just floating through life at the moment. Floating, creating, living, loving. And with this week's theme being that love hurts, I figured a lot of my music would definitely fit the bill. I write heartbreak songs for the alt spiritual girlies, and I hope that you enjoy them. So let's get into the first one. Phantom kisses and dazzling fantasies. I'm captivated by nostalgic memories. I feel the ghost of you as I close my eyes. I wanna lay with you under dark skies. What a dum-dum bitch. What's left once the fun's done? Will you be okay when your heart's numb? Who told you to fall in love with the sun, hun? Hearing your voice, seeing your face is just not enough. I wish I knew it. I wish I no longer yearn for your touch. I feel suffocated by emotional suppression. Damn, what a dummy, falls in love while in depression. Oh, what a dummy dum-dum bitch. What's left once the fun's done? Will you be okay when your heart's numb? Who told you to fall in love with the sun, hun? Who told you to fall in love? But I'm not dumb, hun. So, shout out to Trey Hamlick, he produced this beat. Shout out to TR Son the Terminator, he made our performance track. That is the first song that I wrote in over 10 years. I got back into music in about 2021, 2022. And I released that song on a project called Crying in Front of Strangers, because that's what I was doing at the time. I was crying in front of strangers. And that was, to me, one of the most kind of sadder songs that I wrote, because my heart got broken and I called myself dumb, which is not what we do anymore. But in order to kind of segue into the more healing portion of these conversations, I wanted to ask all of you, I have these beautiful roses. My set is called Soft Blues and Red Roses. I have these beautiful red roses, and for anybody that's willing to share any of their experiences, I will gift you a rose. My question for all of you tonight is, obviously there's a time where love had us all fucked up. Oh, can I curse? Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, I had to make sure. Right, so love. I'm sure we all had that moment, but what did you do after? What did you do after the heartbreak? What did you do after it all settled? Right, the stress, if you are anything like me, panic attacks. What do you do when all those feelings bubble up to the surface and you either have nowhere to put them or you have somewhere to put them? Anybody want to share what they do after they got their heart broken and somebody had them? Yeah? Yeah, please. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yes.
So every time I feel like somebody got me fucked up, I always go on my little app and I start to play music. I am very heavy on lyrics. Right now, I'm probably going through something. Who knows? You know? But currently, Surrender. I don't know. And I surrender. That one. And then also, I Want to Be Adored. Right now, those songs, I'm heavy on finding songs that they speak to me. And you and your lyrics, I see you see me, because I'm heavy on lyrics when somebody got me fucked up. I'm a music girl.
Thank you so much. Wait. Okay, I need to give you a rose. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you to hold this real quick.
I do.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
I love you.
Thank you for sharing. I love you.
You see?
It's love.
It's all love.
It's all love. Okay. Anybody else wanted to share or? Yeah? Please. I'm going to prepare these roses. I'm so excited. Also, excuse me if I seem like I'm crying the whole time. I decided to do lashes and I had myself fucked up. I'm gonna cry this whole set.
Okay. I recently am dealing with my first heartbreak, and I decided to take a very impulsive trip, one way, and spent like 3 weeks off of work. Didn't care. I was just like, I need time. As an Aquarius moon, I really like my solitude, so that's what I was like kind of playing on. But yeah, and also the music thing. Eventually by Tama Impala has been really it for me. Like, you know what I mean? Eventually we'll be happier.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Hold on. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing.
I did it for the rose.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping everybody comes and shares something for a rose. The roses are collateral. Okay, so kind of segueing into that, yeah, there is a lot of, so DDD was written for that whole, I'm heartbroken, I feel like I made a fool of myself, I want to move on. And then flash forward to kind of like 2024, I wrote a song called Vibe, but I didn't release it until 2025 on my project called Dating Games. Vibe is written in a different energy. It's kind of like, fuck you, I'm over this. I want to get to this money and I want to forget about all of it. But funny enough, it's also the point into where I start taking a little bit of accountability. So I'm gonna get into that real quick. Deep breath. Run that back. With my mid finger high, saying fuck you, you lied. I'm on a vibe with my mid finger high, saying I'm not gonna cry. I'm on a vibe with my mid finger high, saying yes, I'm that guy. I'm on a vibe with my mid finger high. I'm on a vibe, sipping from her cup. Feels so good that I feel guilty about us, 'cause you can't feel my love. Whenever you need me, I run to you. Is it my fault that you don't know your truth? 1 to 1, your behavior's not cool, and I kinda wish old meat knew that about you. 'Cause I wonder when I've given 10 plus years to heal that pain, till I realized I sacrificed all that love just to go insane. And it's not your fault, I did you wrong, let society ruin my brain. But I'll take the pain while I wash this dirt off my name. I've been deep up in my feelings, dodging villains, I don't crash out. Yes, healing hurts, but you the only thing I spaz about. My life's a blur and I've been focused on that cash now. My higher self concurs, let's get back to that jazzy sound. I'm on a vibe with my mid finger high, saying fuck you, you lied. I'm on a vibe with my mid finger high, saying I'm not gon' cry. I'm on a vibe with my mid finger high, saying yes, I'm that guy. I'm on a vibe with my mid finger high. I'm on a vibe, I'm on a vibe. I'm on a vibe, I'm on a vibe, I'm on a vibe, and yes, I'm that guy. I am Rudy-doo-da-dee-da-day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A very important part of my set is I forgot I performed without my shoes on, so can't nobody on camera see it, but I gotta get a little bit comfortable. Y'all just saw me shrink maybe like an inch or two. So that's Vibe. And I don't know if y'all heard it, but I was definitely on a vibe. I didn't say a happy one, but it was, you know, it was kind of like, I'm past this. So first, I love to shout out the people that helped me. So first, shout out to Masisi Radio for giving me the platform to be able to talk about my music and to introduce y'all to a little bit about myself. Shout out to Ali Wisdom, Lyric Dixon, Cleo Sun, and Hydea Tate. They are some beautiful individuals that have helped me along my journey and also do my visuals. So to kind of segue into our next question, right? Vibe is about middle fingers all day. But it's also my accountability song. Somewhere in it, I said, you know, I have some accountability to take in my own heartbreak. It's not necessarily I'm not gonna allow you to do something to me, or whatever you do to me is what I allow, right? But it's more so like, I have my own set of trauma. I have my own set of, maybe I don't talk the nicest to people, or maybe my listening skills aren't the best. So Vibe is really the turning point in my healing journey, but also within my music, where I start to take a little bit more accountability for the hurt part of the love. So the question basically is there a point in anybody's heartbreak era did you have to stop and take accountability and call your ex, or maybe call that other person and be like, yeah, my baby dog, I fucked up as well. Nobody's right or wrong, essentially, but maybe we both have a part to play in trying to rewrite the narrative of something that hurts so much, right? Because there's a lot of, I think one of the hardest things about heartbreak for me is the growth from it. That's the part that hurts the most for me, is that, damn, I just shot my own ego because I had to take accountability for all my own bad actions. So yeah, if anybody would like to share. Yay! Please, you have to come up. Yeah. I'm gonna move my shoes out the way. Hello, you look so beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, so the question is about like accountability, right? Yeah, I feel like I'm going through that a lot right now. I'm going through a little breakup thingy myself, and of course I feel like the onus of like hurt is on this person a lot, but like always when things end, I have to be like, I'm looking at myself, like, is there something that I could have done? Of course, and that's like a slippery slope to be like, okay, is there something I could have done that would have made this better? But I'm always like, hey, did I do something that could have like contributed to this? Like, how could I have made things better? How can I make things better for the next connection that's coming up? But yeah, I feel like anytime there's something with two people and we're splitting, of course, one person might, administer the hurt a little bit more, but it's a relationship and it's two people, so it's a back and forth, and there's things that we could have done that could have played into that could have, I don't know, triggered somebody's thing to make them do something, or maybe like you're passive aggressively reacting to something, so now it's a chain of events that's, one thing has led to another, and of course, when you come to the final thing, it's like, okay, we're here now, and whatever, things have happened, but like, I'm always trying to like reckon in myself, like, okay, I have to make sure I am good at the end of this. Like, do I feel like I apologize to you for what I did? I made, whatever peace I need to make with myself. You don't always have to make peace with that other person, because like maybe it's fuck them, maybe it's like no contact type shit. But as for me and like what I have admitted, my part of it and how I'm gonna move forward, yeah, I want to feel like I'm settled in that, because that's the only way that the next connection is gonna be healthier and better, is if like you have to like sit and reckon with yourself and what part you play in anything that you do.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Oh my God, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. And yes, I hope that the heartbreak, for everybody that's going through a current heartbreak, I hope that lightens by the end of this set, hopefully. Right? Hopefully I heal everybody. Is there anybody else that wanted to share? I'll get into the next segment. I think something I also wanted to mention actually before I get to this next song. The next song that I'm gonna sing for you is a song that I wrote this year. Most of my music is written in the time where I'm feeling the most, but it's honestly not released until maybe a year or even 2 years after. And the problem that I have with that is sometimes I am singing a song saying I'm dumb, and at that point in time, I no longer feel dumb. So what I like about the next song that I'm going to sing for y'all is this is the first song that I wrote February 2026 and released February 2026, and will be performing February 2026. So thank you. Let's start it off. You loved me with the tools you were handed. I bled through and onto words we never learned to say. I choose not to carry the burden of yours and mine for generations past. And I love you for all that you shaped. It's passed around from yours to mine. Did you ever think that we were wasting time? You're navy blue and I'm indigo. We're both met you halfway in the hall while I was stirring, still finding my own name, but I knew we both were yearning, stomach churning. I stumble on repair, but I am learning, becoming, integrating all the stories that I'm earning. I cry it down, I sing out loud, I cry it down. My heart knows the weight of the pain it survived. I'd be lying if I said it was only your crime. The world keeps spinning round, I loosen up my truth. I'm not angry no more, so I sing soft blues, soft blues. So let me sing it for you, baby. Sometimes I cry late up at night. So let me sing it for you, baby. So I sing soft blues. Thank you, thank you. That is Soft Blues. Just released that on streaming platforms. And that is the middle of my set. We've definitely approached the middle of my set. So Soft Blues is my integration song. It's as if my crying in front of strangers and some of the songs that I wrote at the end of 2025 kind of came together and kissed. And it's one of my favorites because it marries my music in a way that feels very current with how I'm feeling. I am no longer bitter and angry about some of the heartbreak that I've endured. I'm no longer looking for, right, I was never a revenge girly, but I was no longer looking for the reasons and the questions and the asking as to why, but I still recognize the fact that it hurts, right? My pain my heart understands all the pain that has been through. That pain is not living within my body. I get to transmute it into music, but it is something that I freely talk about. Micah mentioned, sadness needing a place to exist and that being a very real thing. So I really admire artists that are able to make very pretty things out of sadness because it's an emotion that we have. And you're not supposed to just chuck it in the trash and get rid of it. You're supposed to work with it and feel it and let it move through instead of piling up. So Soft Blues is definitely one of my favorites for that. And just for the integration of it all. So my question for that one, it's actually a question that a friend of mine asked me a few days ago. So he asked me when the love starts getting a little boring, is it growing or is it dying? And before I say my answer, I wanted to pose that question to all of you. What do you think? When the love starts getting a little boring, is it growing or is it dying? And I guess to add another bit on top of that, what would you do? Do you feel like you need to take action in those moments, or do you feel like you need to observe? Yes. Yay.
Okay, I would say that, I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, I would say that I'm a Sagittarius, for one, so I get bored very easily in general. Come on, fire signs, period, exactly. But I also I also have ADHD, so I think a lot of times I have to reflect and realize that sometimes boredom looks like stability. And sometimes it doesn't, but it's like kind of trying to figure out, decipher which of the two is present in the relationship, because I do have a bad habit sometimes of feeling uncomfortable with being boring. What is boring is really like stability. What is really, hey, this is just like now we're kind of just comfortable with each other and we just fall into a routine, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. And there are ways to still spice up the relationship and have new experiences without it necessarily being like, oh, I'm bored, like trash it. So I'm also working on that myself, but I think it's important to recognize that sometimes I feel a discomfort in stability, and to me, sometimes that translates into, well, I'm just bored. And there is a huge difference in making sure that I don't kind of like trash a relationship that could be good for me just because I'm uncomfortable with the feeling of stability and comfort and feeling safe, is like what I'm kind of working on. But yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait.
Sorry, I don't want to fall.
Thank you so much. Okay, wait. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Please come up and do it for the rose. Yeah, I really love the point that you were making about sometimes stability can feel like boredom. I'm also an Aries, I'm a fire sign as well, so it's just like I can't be bored. It's impossible. But something that I've also had to work on and was learning a lot was just kind of like, well, I was raised in America, so I think by default, something that I need to recognize is we're working with a fired up nervous system about 100% of the time almost. If you want your peace, it's something that you actually have to learn, craft, cultivate, and then deconstruct whatever it is you previously learned in order to achieve. So love is hard, and love hurts because it's so hard. It's an active choice that you have to wake up and make every day. And sometimes just doing that is a little bit mundane. So something that I found along my journey so far was grace was a really big one. And the grace and compassion that I have for myself to understand who I am, it helps me extend a little bit more of that grace and compassion to understand the person in front of me. I've been hurt by a lot of different people, by my friends, by my family, by my loved ones. And then that's all just to say that we're all working generationally, especially for communities of color. We are working generationally with certain traumas that do affect the way that we love. And it's so I thought that would be something really important to mention, and something that I try to keep conscious with me all the time when I'm getting into new relationships with people is before we go too fast, or before I fall in love, right? Bell Hooks said, ain't no falling, take responsibility. But before I dive into love with someone else, where can I do a self-check and say that maybe these are the areas that I still need to heal? If I get excited by something that this person is doing, or maybe it highlights or triggers me in a different way, maybe there's something more that I have to work on within myself so that I can continue this relationship in a healthy fashion, because I wasn't taught how to have healthy relationships in a sense. I don't think any of us really were. So we have to be the teachers and the creators of our own destiny. So funny enough, the next two songs, my last two songs from my set, they are songs that I wrote at the end of 2025. I have not released them yet because I'm working on a larger project, but I promise to release them in 2026. I won't let it get too long. One of these songs I was singing and practicing earlier today, and I think I have to rename the song because it is so symbolic of what I'm doing today. So I'm gonna jump into that song and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Also, I wrote this song for my partner, Lyric Dixon. Middle name, put your whole government out there. I'm sorry. Okay.
Cascades along the blueprint in my mind. I see you're not hard to find. Mouths reflected, mirror protected, soft brown eyes. Your love makes it easy to cry. You spark my fire, love and desire. Higher and higher I'll climb, but won't you teach me balance through hate and passion? I reach through silence, somehow I'll learn. You spark my fire, love and desire. Higher and higher I'll climb, but won't you teach me balance through hate and passion? I reach for silence, somehow I'll learn that my soul's cried shades of blue, that crying eyes see half the truth. How solemn ties lead me back to you. Let's rendezvous. It's 2:22. I'm all wrapped up, found bliss in your love, thirst quenched from your touch. I prayed our God was rescued from my thoughts. When given space to reflect, hand in hand, the mirror stands, not casting fear, no regret, bearing energy of the heart and the sacral make me sweat. The pressure builds, a motet upon my heart, won't forget. Oh, oh. Fire, love, and desire. Higher and higher I'll climb, but won't you teach me balance through hate and passion? I reach for silence, somehow I'll learn. You spark my fire, love, and desire. Higher and higher I'll climb, but won't you teach me balance through hate and passion? I reach for silence, somehow I'll learn.
Thank you so much. So did y'all peep the 222 though? Like, I was rehearsing that song today and I said, right, funny enough, wrote it in 2025, wrote Soft Blues in 2026, didn't know that I was gonna be feeling such a blue mood in the beginning of 2026, but there are certain lines in that song that I wrote that kind of created this space that I'm standing in right now. And that's very important for me, especially given my name is Clarevoyant. So that was, I think I changed the name this morning to Look Ma, I think I had my first vision. And a vision in the sense that I actually wrote it down. This one is different and it's palpable. So I really appreciate, again, all of the people who have supported me through this journey. I appreciate my partner Lyric Dixon a lot. They have helped me a lot from 2025 to 2026. I'm still heartbroken, not with them in particular, but it's a hard space for you to start dating but still be hurt and still deal with all that hurt. So shout out to anyone that is navigating a relationship in the midst of heartbreak, because that's not easy, and more power to you. This last song of my set, so I'll be ending my set early around 7:30, 7:40. In the last few minutes, we'll just have an open discussion. But this last song is my grounding song. I wrote this, again, also at the end of 2025. After I finished writing this song, I burst out into tears. Like, it was, it was like a bad Viola Davis cry, or a good Viola Davis cry, depending on how you feel about Viola Davis. I burst into tears and I said, wow, that's the one. And I was really proud of myself in that moment because I felt like I was finally reaching the point as to where I wanted to be musically. Before then, it kind of felt like I was making it up as I went along, and just kind of feeling through things, which is cool. But at that point in time, I felt like I had a lot more to say and a lot more to give. So let's get into the last song. These last two songs, by the way, are still unreleased. Everything else in the previous set you can find on streaming platforms, major streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify. You can also follow me on, let me plug myself real quick, I apologize. You can follow me on Instagram. My username is T_Clarevoyant. Clarevoyant is CLAREVOYANT. And our last song is called Los Niños Santos.
Los niños santos, I thank you. Los niños santos, I welcome. I wanna lay my head on the pillow of your bed, wrapped in warm love, love that I am fed, while up all the noise up in my head, it comes. I reconnect to where I'm from, found you in the sun, I use patience, blessings come, my hearts and soul's not numb. Ooh, Los niños santos, I thank you. Los niños santos, I welcome. Ooh, Los niños santos, I thank you. That's my last.
Thank you so much. Thank you again to Masisi Radio for having me on this platform. It is incredibly important for me to have done this evening on 222, tatted on the back of my neck, hold up. And this is the first queer space, I believe, that I've been able to perform in. So I am immensely thankful and grateful for the energy, for the space, for the participation, for everybody that shared their story today. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me as well. And I think the last question that I have for everybody, let me scroll through my cute PowerPoint really quick. Right, so we talked about how much love hurts, talked about how much the growth from love hurts. Are you still willing to do it again? Are you willing to go through the pain again and again? We could all answer that one. Yeah. Hell yeah, exactly. And all of these roses are for everybody that's here. So I'm going to give those out now. Again, thank you, Masisi Radio, for having me on your platform. Thank you for everybody on the live stream. Thank you for everybody that came. Blessings, peace, and love. Oh, I'm Clarevoyant. You can follow me on Instagram, T_Clarevoyant.